Hello, 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 hello. Check, 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 check. 1, 2, 3. Yes, guys. I hope so. I'm perfectly audible. Yes, can you hear me? Hanji, yes, guys. Finally, we are back in the session. I hope so. I'm perfectly audible and visible to all of you. Yes, voice is perfect. Visibility is perfect. And so is my hairstyle. Ekdam perfect, as you can see. Yes, please let me know in the chat section if I'm perfectly audible and visible to all of you. So much huge crowd has joined to watch this live session. Sorry for the discontinuity. I think we are having this session after a week, right? Last week I got throat infection because of which I have to take the classes. So, but anyways, those who are joined for the first time or were already aware that what's going on in this channel, Hannah, I would be just recapitulating the things what has happened till now, why I'm here, and what all things are happening. So quickly let me know in the comment section how is the Josh, low, high, dead, medium, alive. So hello everyone, my name is Kunal Gupta and I welcome you all to Physics Wallah. चाय पी लो कहीं से स्वाद मिलेगा यही से. Drink tea from anywhere, but you will get taste only from here. And to have the taste, we are starting with the previous year paper. Sorry, it's here. Previous year paper discussion for NEET 2009. Right. Uh, Voice is perfect. Let me just reduce the voice here. Great. Okay. Those who are not aware, let me just give you a short recapitulation. Okay. So this is the series that we had started. Three series we had started for physics on YouTube. PW Gulf YT channel. Especially for physics, because physics is the part which students generally face difficulty the most, right? So here what we are doing, two things we had started. One is the most important question series and second is the previous year paper discussion series. Okay, in this second series we are practicing questions of NEET 2000. Earlier it wasn't NEET, from 2005 to 2026. Fine. So we would be discussing papers. These, of course, we may not be able to discuss all of them, but yes, before NEET exam, actual NEET exam, I will try as much as we can discuss. We would be discussing them. Okay, fine. Oh, great. Fine. So we are running this series. We are already done with a few. Achha, okay, let me just tell you. Earlier it wasn't NEET. It was called All India Pre-Medical Test. And AIMS used to have its separate exam. In fact, AIMPMT later had the prelims and the mains exam, right? Like you have the JEE mains and the JEE exam, JEE advanced exam. Here also there used to be pre and mains. Okay. Then this AIPMT was later on replaced by NEET exam, which was leaked unfortunately this year and happening again. And some very bad news you would have heard of students ending up their life because of this NEET exam cancellation, right? Yes, we would be talking about that also. Yes, we definitely need to talk about that thing also. Somewhere in between the session, we will talk about this. Yes, but do not worry. Just keep yourself very much motivated for the 21st of June. Trust me. You are gonna make it as you were making it in on 3rd of May, right? And follow this session, this series wholeheartedly. You will find questions from it. Today we are discussing the prelims questions. Again, when I'm writing NEET here, so it automatically refers to as AIPMT. Okay. Then we would be discussing question from mains also. Or what I will do is that after discussing 30 questions of pre, we can pick the question of mains. Okay. That also we can do. Okay. Cool. Fine. Type in the chat box how is the Josh. Please let me know and let us begin. Okay. A lot of the kids were not aware of this session. Okay. Okay. Fine. Let us begin the discussion of pre-question. All right. Here is the first question in front of you. Okay, I will try. I just give you the formula and you do it yourself at home. Okay. Okay. Now what the author is saying in the question, a thin circular ring of mass m and radius capital M, capital R, mass m and radius capital R is rotating in a horizontal plane. Okay. Is rotating in a horizontal plane about an axis vertical to its plane with a constant angular velocity omega. So right now it is moving with angular speed omega. If two objects each of mass small m is attached gently to the opposite ends of the diameter. Okay. So let me attach two objects. Of mass small m. Of mass small m. Okay. Fine. At diametrically opposite ends of the ring will then rotate with an angular velocity of, okay. So then they are asking with how much angular velocity it will be rotating. Fine. So here you can just apply conservation of angular momentum. According to conservation of angular momentum, है ना, I1 omega 1 must be equal to I2 omega 2, है ना, omega 2 is missing here, omega 2 is equal to I1 into omega 1 divided by I2. ठीक है, I1 is the moment of inertia initially. So what is the moment of inertia initially? mr square, capital M r square, moving with angular speed omega. Fine. What is I2? Now in second case there were two masses that were attached, है ना, and the ring was rotating of mass m, radius r. ठीक है, so mr square, because of the ring was there. Now these two masses will also play role in moment of inertia. They are at a distance capital R. And so small mr square plus small mr square 2mr square. Okay. You can take r square common, capital M plus 2m. R square gets cancelled out. M omega divided by m plus 2m. Is it in the option? Yes, option number 1. Fine. Yes, please let me know in the chat section, guys, if you are there. है ना? Such a huge fan following. People is there and people had joined up, as you can see. Okay, all right. Let us move to the next question, which says, which of the following is not true? Make sure you read the question carefully. Which of the following is not true? है ना? False they are asking. है ना? So in an isochoric process, pressure remains constant. This is false statement. It's isobaric, in which bar means pressure, na? Isobaric, in which pressure remains constant. So this is the false statement. So this would be a correct answer. Others you can see isothermal, temperature, adiabatic. Yes, this is the equation. Adiabatic, it's insulated from the surrounding. Okay. Read this. This is a popular one. Fine. Hello, Chinu, how are you? I'm good. Okay. Chinu, make sure you share the stream link with your friends so that those who are not aware, they can just join it. Hai na? Sorry for the delay. There was a 1 week gap because I wasn't well, so I could not schedule the classes. But now from next week onwards, it would be happening regularly. So they are saying that the number of photon electrons emitted for light of a frequency nu, है ना? So there is a light incident of frequency nu, ठीक है, higher than the threshold frequency. Okay, so definitely ejection will be happening if it is higher than the threshold frequency. Is proportional to. Now, if you increase the number of photons, what happens? Let us imagine one photon ejects one electron. One photon ejects one electron. So more are the number of photons, more would be the ejection of electrons, है ना? अच्छा, they are asking, ठीक है, so what will happen if you अच्छा, okay, so that means if more electrons are ejected, that means there were more photons, or you can say there was more intensity of light. There was more intensity of light. This number of photons depends upon intensity of light. Next. Anji, Sri Hari has joined. Sir, I am now in 11, so I am not able to. Acha, okay, yes. Shri Hari, it's fine. Whichever questions you, for example, this one is from grade 11, right? So which of the the questions that you are able to understand in your syllabus, you can just match. You can be there for it. A simple pendulum performs SHM about x is equal to 0 with an amplitude small a. Small a is the amplitude here, and time period capital T. The speed of the pendulum at x is equal to 2 will be. Okay. V is equal to omega under root square of amplitude minus square of where you are asking. Amplitude is capital A at x is equal to a by 2. So V is equal to omega under root a square by 4 under root 4 minus 1 3 टाइम पीरियड के टर्म्स में यू हैव टू आंसर है ना. दिस इज 2 पाई बाय कैपिटल टी अंडर रूट 3 a square will come out as a है ना, 4 will come out as 2. So 2 and 2 gets cancelled out. V you would be getting it as, let me keep it. V you would be getting it as pi a root 3 by t. Pi a root 3 by t. Pi a root 3 by t. Option number 3. Fine. Direct formula based. Fine. And if we are not able to do this also, then it's a matter of question what we were doing from last 2 years. Okay. Kirchhoff's law, this same question generally I take up in my lectures also, and multiple times we had discussed. You have to apply Kirchhoff's voltage law, KVL, that's it. Okay. Now see, kids would be like, sir, which of the following equation it is correct basically? Should I form equation from this loop or this loop or this loop? There are 3 loops. You can form equation from any of the 3. Now, notice, choose the loop strategically because you cannot try each and every one in exam. Acha, I1 current is coming, I2 is coming from here. They will combine and I1 plus I2 will be flowing from this. I1 plus I2 will be flowing through this. And back, I1 has left from here, then I1 must return. Then I2 goes here. Fine. So this is how the circuit will look. Now see the options. Most of the options has I1 plus I2 element in it. Fine. So can't I say that this is the loop? I should prefer taking A, B, C, D, A. Because this is the loop which has I1 plus I2 element. Which has I1 plus I2 element. So in loop A, B, C, D, A. Let us start. According to KVL, summation of potential differences is equal to I1 plus I2 into R. Your loop and current are in the same direction. Put minus. Then again I1 into R. Loop and current in the same direction. Again minus. Now finally you are reaching the positive terminal of the battery. So plus E1 is equal to 0. Now check if this in the option, if this is in the option. E1 E1 minus I1 plus I2 into R minus I1 into R1. इसको ये small R1 करना. This is small R1 is equal to 0. Option number 4. And now you have to choose this option. Current will be no. Theory Vittal, it's absolutely correct. Okay. He is asking what is the difference between Ohm's law and KVL. Arey bhai, Ohm's law is used to find potential difference or current across a resistor. एक resistor में से, ठीक है, from one across one resistor. If they are asking what is the potential difference across this, so you will say V is equal to current is how much? I1 plus I2 and resistance is R. So you will apply this Ohm's law. यहाँ Ohm's law ही तो लगा है. Fine. But across the entire circuit, if you have to apply KVL or form the equation, so you will apply this Kirchhoff's voltage law. Direct one. Yes. Yes. Hari Vittal, is it clear? Hanji. Chinu, are you there? Okay. So what it is saying? A body is under action of force. 6I cap minus 8J cap. That's 10K cap. Acquires an acceleration of 1 meter per second square. The mass of this body must be. Mass is what? Force is equal to mass into acceleration. So mass will be force by acceleration. है ना? Mass they are asking. है? So can I write magnitude of force here? Yes. What will be the magnitude of force? Oh, under root x square plus y square plus z square. है ना? If vector is what is the magnitude of vector A if it is given in orthogonal form? Under root x square plus y square plus z square. ठीक है. 6 square is 36, 8 square is 64, 100. Under root 200. 10 root 2 Newton. Fine. 10 root 2. Acceleration is how much? 1. Is this in the option? 10 root 2. Fine. Clear. Direct formula based. Oh bhai. See, NEET 2000, AIPMT 2009. Clearly it is visible. This is NAND gate. This is NOT gate. Okay. What is the symbolic representation? Logic gates for OR, NOT and NAND. Okay. In sequence. Which one is OR? Which one is NOT? Which one is NAND? This is OR. This one is OR. This has a curve like this. OR. NOT gate. Which reverses the output. So OR is represented by 4. NOT is represented by second first. 4, 2, 1. Option number 2. 4, 2, 1. Chaliye. Achha, this is a good one. Those whose basic concepts are not clear, they won't be able to do this. Especially the vectors one. Okay. Yes. Achha, okay. You know that. Suppose there is a vector A and there is a vector B. A cross B. A cross B. A cross B yields something that would be outwards. Vector C. Suppose vector C is A cross B. So vector C would be perpendicular to both A and B. Vector C will be perpendicular to both A and B. Fine. If F is the force acting on a particle, which position it is? Either top. Okay, which of the following is correct? Okay. Now, torque is equal to R cross F. Suppose R lies here, F lies here. R lies here and F lies here. R cross F. R cross F. So that means this torque will be somewhere outwards. Perpendicular to both of them. Both vector R and both vector F. So torque is perpendicular to R and torque is perpendicular to F as well. Fine? Clear? Clear? Now, if torque is perpendicular to R, so tau dot R will be 0. If it is perpendicular to F, tau dot F will be again 0. Okay. Why? Because A dot B is AB cos theta. AB cos theta. Theta is the angle between vector A and B, and if it is 90 degree, cos theta is 90 degree, so it becomes 0. A dot B. Arey bhai, angle between them is 90 degree na? So here na? F dot tau and tau dot F both are equal to 0. R dot tau, I'm sorry, and F dot tau. R dot tau also you can do. One and the same thing. 0 here. Oh, formula based. Formula based. Rate of heat transfer. Rate of heat transfer. Rate of rate transfer. Delta T by L by Ka, delta T into Ka by L, delta T into Ka by L. Ka. Only one option says direct formula based. The wavelength कौन सी detect कर सकते? A PN junction, a PN photodiode is fabricated from a semiconductor with energy gap of 2.5 electron volt. Okay, this is the energy gap, 2.5 electron volt. Fine. It can detect a signal of wavelength. So this is the energy gap. What I will do is that I will find lambda max. Any wavelength less than lambda max will work for this. Any wavelength less than lambda max will work for this. So what should be your approach? Energy is equal to, yes, Golu, whosoever is there, hc by lambda. Either use this formula, but if it is given in electron volt, you can use energy is equal to 1240 by lambda. Lambda you will get in nanometer if it is kept in electron volt. So lambda is 1240 by E. ठीक है, 1240 by E. Okay. अच्छा, E is how much? 2.5. Remove this, 10 comes. Roughly, I think you would be getting it as 500 nanometer. In Armstrong, roughly 5000 Armstrong. Because in options, they have Armstrong also. No. This is pretty much, in nanometer, it is 6000 nanometer, 4000 nanometer. No. This is in Armstrong, 6000 Armstrong. This is 4000 Armstrong. Only this wavelength is less than my lambda max. This is my lambda max. This is my lambda max. Clear? Any doubt, any query? You guys can unmute. And oh, sorry. I'm sorry. How will you unmute? Type in the comment section if you are having any doubt or query. Anji, yes. Next. Units and measurement. Achha, those 3-4 lectures which I had taken, they had performed very well. I just was going through the channel. Okay. Yes, Sri Hari Vittal. If the dimension of physical quantity are given, then which of the following is correct? So velocity ka dimension for dimensional formula is it's meter per second, so LT minus 1. M0 LT minus 1. So A according to my comparison is 0 for velocity, but it says 1, so this is eliminated. In acceleration also it is meter per second square, hai na? LT raised to the power minus 2. So there also A is 0, so this is eliminated. In force it is MLT raised to the power minus 2. So here they had given A0. Only one option is left. By default that would be correct, but if you want, I can solve it for you. Now, pressure is force per unit area. This is MLT raised to the power minus 2, L square. M L minus 1 T minus 2. So 1 minus 1 minus 2. Fine. So you should know a few of the dimensional formula, especially speed, acceleration, work, energy, power, force. At least these 7-8 you must remember. These are the core of dimensions. Again a good one. Fine. Okay. The mass of the lift is 2000 kg. So there is a lift of mass 2000 kg. Fine. when the tension in the supporting cable is 28,000 Newton. Tension in this cable is how much? 28,000 Newton. Okay. Then its acceleration is. First of all, you need to decide this also, whether it is going upward or it is going downward. How will you get to know? See, this much is the tension. How much is the weight? Weight is equal to m into g. Mass is 2000, g is 10. If not mentioned, to 10 lete. This becomes 20,000. This is 28,000 and weight is 20,000. So definitely net force is acting upward. F net is acting upward. So it will be moving upward only. So acceleration is F net upon mass. F net is how much? 28,000 minus 20,000. So 8,000. Divided by mass is how much? 2,000. 4 meter per second. Clear? Any doubt, any query, guys? Kundan, how to be perfect in units and measurements? See, first of all, learn those 7-8 dimensional formulas. That is must. Now, that are the core. Okay. First thing is and second thing is that you practice those questions or applications of dimensional analysis. ना तो वहां से आप practice करो. And applications of dimensional analysis, especially the first two. That is principle of homogeneity and this. This is a good one. अच्छा question. This is a good one. Try this out. Good one. Good one. I will give you 30 seconds to try this out. Any of the questions. Now, if you remember, chalo, okay. Supposedly this is the rod. Imagine that this is the rod. Moment of inertia about an axis passing through the center is ml square by 12. ml square by 12. Okay? ml square by 12. Okay. Imagine that there is axis of rotation entering inside this. About this moment of inertia is ml square by 12. Yes, a top view I am showing you. Okay, about this axis. Now imagine if you had taken an axis here, at some distance r. What would be the moment of inertia? About this new axis, which is, let us suppose, at a distance small r. So ICM plus mr square. Correct? Correct. Suppose L is the length of this entire one and this r is equal to L by 2. Okay. I will come to the question. I will come to the question. Okay. So moment of inertia about this will be ml square by 12. Sorry, 12 is there, not 2. 12 plus m L by 2 whole square. So ml square by 12 plus ml square by 4. Okay. 12 ml square plus 3 say you will have to multiply after taking the LCM. So 3 plus 4, 3 plus 1, 4 gets cancelled out. ml square by 3. Okay. So this is the moment of inertia about this axis which is at a distance L by 2. Okay. Quite a lot people had joined. Very good to see you guys. Okay. So we are discussing the NEET 2009 paper, which was previously called as AIPMT All India Pre-Medical Test. So this is a series running for physics free of cost, and we had come after a week, right? So this series will continue from the next week onwards. Daily we are going to have this session 8:30 p.m. IST Indian Standard Time, and we are going to discuss all the papers of NEET from 2005 to 2026. Okay. Trust me, nothing can come outside this. Easy questions, moderate questions, tough questions, सारे के सारे we are gonna do. ठीक है, चलिए. Now, what it is saying? They are saying that 4 identical rods, each of mass m and length l, form a square frame. Form a square frame. Okay. moment of inertia of this frame about an axis through the center of the square and perpendicular to its plane. So about this axis. जैसे for example, suppose this is the square, है ना? 4 rods are here. Moment of inertia about this axis, है ना? About this axis. Okay. Okay. So moment of inertia for one of the rod about this axis you had already calculated 1 by 3 ml square. So about for all 4 of them, this is at a distance L by 2, no? L by 2, L by 2, L by 2, L by 2. The total moment of inertia is equal to 4 times individual moment of inertia. This is ml square by 3. Four by 3 ml square. Option number 4. Clear? Any doubt, any query, please let me know in the comment section. Kundan? And units and measurement बहुत important chapter है. Kundan. Try this out. Try this out. हाँ जी, जल्दी से. हाँ जी, try this out. Try this out. अच्छा, this one is a bit lengthier on the lengthier side, though it is easy. क्या कह रहा है सवाल में? Each of the two strings of length 51.6 and 49 centimeter are tensioned separately by 20 Newton force, है ना? So the formula for frequency, you know, this is how much? 51.6 centimeter, and this is how much? 49.1 centimeter. By this much more. Mass per unit length for both of them is same, है ना? It is mu only. Let us suppose. अच्छा, they had given 1 gram per meter. Mass per unit length is same. When both the string vibrate simultaneously, then the number of beats. The number of beats, you know, it is given by the difference in the frequencies. है ना? It is given by the difference in the frequencies. है ना? So find the individual frequencies and then take the difference. Okay. है ना? यहाँ पे I would say this was slightly on the tougher side. है ना? Okay. So here you will substitute frequency 1. है ना? First you will find F1. Then you will be finding F2 also. है ना? So beats you will be getting by difference of the frequencies. Okay. ये तो नहीं, यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा correction is there in the diagram. It's like this. This is B and this is A. Hanji, very much common question. If this is the stopping potential, है ना? This will represent the stopping potential. Those curves, है ना, between photocurrent and the potential, which have the same stopping potential, which have the same stopping potential, that means they require the same energy, and that would be energy is equal to H into F, है ना? Energy is equal to H into F or H into nu, है ना? So they will be having same frequency also, है ना? So A and B represents incident radiation of same frequency. ठीक है, incident radiation of same frequency. Such an easy question. Achha, one question, 2-3 questions were quite good in this particular paper. So we are on to 21st question. Wow, today we are going at a very good speed. I just now realized. Wow, 30 minutes only approximately, and we are done with 20 questions. Okay. The figure shows elliptical orbit a planet of mass m about the sun. Sun nahi sun hai. The shaded area SCD is twice the shaded area SAB. This area is A. This area is 2A. Okay. If T1 is the time for the planet to move from C to D, here it is taking time T1, and T2 is the time to move from A to B. T2 is the time to move from A to B. Fine. So here it's the concept of aerial velocity remains constant. A1 by T1 must be equal to A2 by T2. I'm taking this 2A here divided by the time T1. I'm taking that A here divided by time T2. A and A gets cancelled out. Twice of T2 is equal to T1. Option number 2. Option number 2. Done. So direct formula based it was. क्या पूछ रहे हैं सर काइनेमेटिक्स इज इट इजी एंड हाउ टू सी काइनेमेटिक्स का आई डोंट नो व्हाई स्टूडेंट्स आर हैविंग फियर बच्चों को कितना डर लगा रहता है पूरे साल मैकेनिक्स काइनेमेटिक्स सर कैसे फंसेगा सी क्वेश्चंस कितने आसान आए हैं आप यही नहीं समझ रहे क्या पूछ रहा है एक्सेलरेशन है ना क्वेश्चंस आर वेरी इजी सो डू नॉट मेक इट हुआ कि कैसे होगा कैसे नहीं होगा कितना आसान सवाल आया एक्सेलरेशन पूछा है डायरेक्ट फॉर्मूला बेस्ड अच्छा मेंस के क्वेश्चन आर ऑन द टफर साइड ठीक है अभी जस्ट 10 मिनट्स हार्डली अभी मेंस के सवाल हम लगाने वाले हैं क्या दोबारा से लगा दी ठीक है तो मेंस में देयर आर गुड क्वेश्चन है ना यहाँ पे कुछ क्वेश्चन ऐसे जिसमें आपको प्रॉब्लम आएगी सॉल्व करते हो ठीक है चलिए ठीक है क्या कह रहा है ब्लैक बॉडी at 227 degree Celsius radiates heat at this rate at a temperature of 727 degree Celsius the rate of heat radiated in the same units will be अच्छा सेशन लंबा होगा सेशन वुड बी लॉन्ग तो एनर्जी हाँ heat radiated is sigma A into T into capital T raised to the power 4 Q is the heat A is the area, sigma तो is constant, T is the time and capital T is the temperature. अब whatever it has given, calories that is energy by centimeter square and by second है ना that means Q by AT is equal to sigma T raised to the power 4. ठीक है इसको you can assume to be E is equal to sigma T raised to the power 4. So sigma तो is the constant. Can I write E1 by E2 is equal to T1 raised to the power 4 by T2 raised to the power 4. ठीक है E1 is how much 7 E2 I do not know अच्छा now temperature must be in Kelvin temperature must be in Kelvin do not do a mistake you cannot write 227 as it is in this so temperature must be in Kelvin है ना absolute so this is 727 degrees Celsius add 273 to this so this becomes how much 500 Kelvin है ना 73 300 300 400 500 हाँ ठीक है they are asking at 727 है ना add 273 to this 800,000 Kelvin हो जाए सही है ना fine clear 7 is emitted at 500 Kelvin at this much temperature 1000 gets cancelled out on 2. 7 by E2 is equal to 1 by 2 raised to the power 4. E2. 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16. So E2 will be 7 into 16. How much is this? 70, 70, 70, 35, 105, 112. Option number 2. In the same units. In the same units. Calorie per centimeter square per second. Same units. 112. Clear? Type in the chat section if it is clear to you guys. Try this out. Try this out. अच्छा अगला वाला क्वेश्चन इज वेरी ट्रिकी. Try this out. This one तो is easy. Done, 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 done. Hello, 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 hello. Check, check, check. Done. Can you hear me? चलिए एक मिनट. I hope आवाज is perfect. हो चलिए क्या कह रहा है? Done, done. ठीक है आवाज आ रही. A wire of resistance 12 ohm per meter is bent in the form of a complete circle. ठीक है. Of radius 10 centimeter. ठीक है. आवाज आ रही है, कम कर दे. क्या कह रहे हैं? एक वायर थी, एक वायर थी which was having a resistance of 12 ohm per meter, है ना. तो resistance per unit length was 12 ohm per meter. Is bent in the form of a complete circle of radius 10 centimeter. तो ये वायर थी. I had bended it in the form of a circle of radius how much? 10 centimeter. Radius of this circle is 10 centimeter. अच्छा, what will be the circumference? 2 pi r. 2 pi r. That will be 2 pi. Yeah. Radius is how much? 10 centimeter. So you divide it by 100. 0.2 pi meter. This is circumference. Acha, this would be the length of this as well. This would be the length of this as well. Okay. So how much will be the resistance? 12 into the length, that is 12 into 0.2 pi. 24 2.4 pi ohm. Okay, so this is the total resistance of this, fine, of this entire wire, of some length. Okay. Acha, they hadn't given length of this wire. They said that you had bent it in a form of a circle. So circle ka radius they had given. From that, I had calculated what is the circumference of this. That was 2 pi r. तो ऐसे निकाला. अच्छा, this circumference is nothing. When you open this, you get this entire length. Okay. Now they are asking the resistance between its two diametrically opposite points A and B as shown in the figure. So the resistance between A and B they are asking. So you can just imagine that one resistor is there here, another resistor is here. Okay. A and B is there. Acha, this was the total resistance of this wire. Now you, when you cut it, half will go here, half will go here, na? है ना? तो 1.2 pi ohms goes there, है ना? 1.2 pi ohm goes there. So what is R net? This is connected in parallel. R net is R1 into R2 upon R1 plus R2. R net is R1 into R2 upon R1 plus R2, है ना? Both are same, so you can just write it as R by 2, है ना? So how much it is? 1.2 pi divided by 2, है ना? 0.6 pi ohm. Option number 4. सही है ना? हाँ, 0. अच्छा, this is a very good one because students get confused here. अच्छा, 12 ohm is the resistance. This is important. 12 ohm is the resistance, है ना? So this will be 6, this will be 6, है ना? 6 and 6 are connected in parallel. Net will be 3 ohm. Option number 1. Nahi, this is wrong because see, they had given that 12 ohm per meter. This is the resistance per, this was the resistance per meter. पूरी वायर की कितनी होगी? अच्छा, ओके, मीटर में कर दिया था ना? हाँ, कूल. इंपॉर्टेंट है, दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट, इंपॉर्टेंट है सवाल. अच्छा, ये अगेन वेरी ट्रिकी है ना? एट मेनी प्लेसेस यू विल फाइंड द आंसर ऑफ दिस टू बी रॉन्ग ऑल्सो, है ना? हाँ जी, इसका आंसर देके बताओ आप. फाइन. ठीक है, ओके. Now what the author is trying to say in this question, let us understand. So they are saying that a rectangular, a square and a circular and an elliptical loop, ठीक है, all in the xy plane, so this is the xy plane, are moving out of a uniform magnetic field with a constant velocity vi cap. That means, for example, there is a rectangular loop. Oh, ये तो trapezium हो गया. हाँ जी, there is a rectangular loop which is moving out with speed v. Why had drawn this direction? Because they had mentioned vi cap. Okay. The magnetic field is directed along the negative z axis. हाँ ठीक है, सही बनाया. Negative z axis. That means inside. The induced EMF during the passage of those loops out of the field region will not remain constant for which of this? Now, you had passed a rectangle, a square, a circle and an ellipse. ठीक है, तीनों को ही you had all four of them you had passed. Fine, all four of them you had passed. ठीक है. Now, fine, all four of them you had passed. Now, they are saying EMF will be induced because flux is changing definitely, है ना. EMF is equal to minus d phi by dt, है ना. तो EMF will be how much? B is constant, तो dA by dt लिख देते. Now, if area is changing with time on which this magnetic field is acting, so flux will be induced, EMF would be induced, sorry, है ना. But they are saying for which of the following the induced EMF will not remain constant. जैसे throughout that it's 5 volt, है ना, 5 volt है ना, but there would be a loop in which it won't be 5 volt, it would be 5 volt, 3 volt, 2 volt, 6 volt, है ना. That EMF induced is not constant. It is induced in all 4 of them, but it is not constant. Which of the following loop is there? If area per unit time, this is constant, then this EMF induced will also be constant. Fine. If this rate of change of area, now see, every time, अच्छा, it is moving with some constant speed, है ना. तो speed तो is constant. Every time same amount of area would be coming out or in. Same for this, है ना. So per second the area would be constant. But here if you notice that per second wala area is changing, है ना. See ना, that per second area wala thing is changing, it is not fixed, है ना. Though it is moving with some speed v, but per second that area is coming out, it is not constant. See, here also it is not constant, है ना. मतलब I should have taken this one, but just to explain you, I had taken that one, है ना. So EMF won't be constant for circular and elliptical loop. Circular and elliptical loop. Fine. This is a good one. Most of the students do a mistake here. ज्यादातर बच्चे गलत करके आए थे जब ये सवाल में आया था. यस कुंदन, कुछ और सवाल है? यू कैन आस्क चैट सेक्शन में. So easy question. मतलब you can just do it attempting without opening your eyes. मतलब आंखें तो खोलनी पड़ेगी सवाल पढ़ने के लिए, but this could have been done very easily. A galvanometer, क्या कह रहा है सवाल में? Read 30 seconds, read the question. अच्छा, those who are watching the recorded session, pause the video and try. Pause the video and try the question. Pause the video and try the question. So today we are going at a very good pace. 30 minutes, 60 minutes and 30 questions almost. A galvanometer having coil resistance 60 ohm. 60 ohm. Fine. Shows a full scale deflection when 1 ampere of current passes through it. So how much current is passing? 1 ampere. It can be converted to ammeter to read a current of 5 ampere by putting a resistance in series or in parallel. Okay. Now you have to convert this galvanometer to ammeter. Definitely you will have to connect a resistance in parallel, or you can say a shunt. Fine. So this option is eliminated. This option is eliminated because it is says series. So either this is correct or this is correct. Now they are saying that it should be capable of measuring 5 ampere. Across this, see, you are sending 5 ampere. This entire should be capable of measuring 5 ampere. But this original galvanometer to can take only 1 ampere. So rest 4 ampere must pass through this. But they are connected in parallel with each other. They are connected in parallel with each other. So potential difference across shunt is equal to potential difference across galvanometer. I into R, 4 into S, I into R, 1 into S, 1 into resistance. So S will be how much? 60 beta 4. 30 by 2, 15 ampere. Oh, sorry, 15 ohm. Fine. Clear, clear, clear. Yes, Numan, you are there. Hannah, you had joined late today, by the way. Power dissipated across an LCR. LCR. Okay. Power is I square into R. They are saying that power dissipated of EMF E. EMF is E. And I can be written as V by R, na? V by Z. है ना? यहाँ पे it will be V या फिर EMF का square by Z. I की जगह E by Z तो E square by Z square. तो पावर इज इक्वल टू EMF का स्क्वायर. Z is how much? अच्छा, this is Z square अंडर रूट R square plus XL square minus XC square whole का square. Square and root gets cancelled. Power is equal to E square into R. R square plus XL minus XC. अच्छा, ओ आई एम सॉरी, XL minus XC का होल स्क्वायर आएगा यहाँ. ठीक है. Which is the correct option? This is eliminated because it's in numerator. Again, numerator में eliminated. This is in the denominator, but root gets cancelled out, so this is not there. This will be the answer. This is not LW, it's L omega. L omega. So XL is L omega. XC is 1 by C omega. 1 by C omega. Fine? Clear? Okay, fine. So Numan, next week's session would be regular. Make sure you share it with your friends. Okay? This is important, but if you hadn't done it in a earlier, so you are supposed to leave this question in your exam, or do it towards the end if you are having enough time. Okay? ये तो leave करने वाला ही question है. चलो, but still try it out. Still try it out. Fine. So this is one sphere. This is second sphere. This is third sphere. Acha. Before telling you this, in fact, I should have used next slide only. देखिए कैसे बता रहा है. In a sphere, in a hollow sphere, potential on the surface is KQ by capital R. Fine. KQ by capital R. potential outside, it's kq at what distance this point is. Let us suppose this is at a distance x, kq by x. Fine. Potential inside, whatever is the potential on the surface is the potential outside, inside, kq by r. Fine. Inside, on the surface, outside, these 3 points are pretty much, I hope, clear to you. Fine. Now, I will tell you the approach, but try that you do it at home, है ना? Only towards the end. 3 spheres ke they are talking about. Now let us read the question. 3 concentric spherical shells have radius a, b, c, ठीक है, and have surface charge density sigma minus sigma, sigma. If V, A, V, B, V, C denote the potential of the 3 shells, then for C is equal to A plus B, we have. Abhi clear with the question? Again, if it comes in exam, do it at the end if you do not know the answer. Very lengthy it is. This is having a radius A. This is having a radius B. This is having a radius C. Fine. A, B and C. 3 radiuses. Okay. Charge density sigma minus sigma and sigma. Okay. Achha, how much would be the charge on the first sphere? Are bhai, sigma is equal to charge per unit area. Charge is Q, area is 4 pi radius ka square. The charge on this first sphere will be sigma into 4 pi a square. Charge on this second sphere will be minus sigma into 4 pi b square. Charge on third sphere is equal to sigma into 4 pi c square. Because C is the radius, B is the radius, A is the radius. Fine. Okay. According to the options, you have to identify which of the 4 is the correct option. है ना? I think option number 4 is correct. Option number 4 is correct. Yes, D. But I will tell you the process, but do not try it in exam. है ना? C is equal to A plus B. है ना? इसको last में you can use. हाँ जी. What is the potential on sphere 1? This is sphere number 1, sphere number 2, sphere number 3. Now the problem is that potential on sphere number 1, let me write it here, will be due to the own sphere plus due to the second sphere, inside will be B only, plus due to the third sphere. तीनों की वजह से होगा. Potential on this will be due to this because this point lies, I'm talking about this point right now, है ना? This point lies inside of this. This point lies inside of this, है ना? Okay. Now V is equal to K. अच्छा. 4 pi A square, 4 pi B square, 4 pi C square. Q1, Q2, Q3 you will be have to K you can take common. अच्छा 4 pi also you can take common, है ना? 4 pi भी बाहर ही ले लेते. A square by A, Q2 क्या बचेगा? माइनस हो जाएगा ये. अच्छा सिग्मा इज ऑल्सो देयर है ना, तो सिग्मा भी आप बाहर ले सकते. 4 pi B square by B plus Q3 will be how much? 4 pi and sigma has gone outside, C square by C. ये कितना आ गया? V1 is equal to 4 pi sigma into K A minus B plus C. ठीक है. C की जगह आप A plus B रख सकते हैं, सिग्मा इंटू के. C की जगह A plus B, A plus B. B and B gets cancelled out. 4 pi into sigma into K 2A. So this is V2. This is V2. Fine. Clear? Clear? Acha. Similarly, oh sorry, not V2, V1, V1. Similarly, you have to find V2 and V3. This is the potential on sphere A, potential on sphere B, and potential on sphere C. Okay. Find the potentials on each of the sphere and then find the final correlation. When you find it, you will get it equal to option number 4. So that's why I said that you can just skip this question if it comes in exam. Yeah, this is a good one. Work energy power. Fine. Good one. Hanji, yes. Numan, you got it? Acha, Numan, make sure you join on time from tomorrow onwards and ask your friends also to join. Okay. An engine pumps water continuously through a hose. Water leaves the hose with a velocity of v. Okay. And mass is the mass per unit length of the water jet. Okay. Water hose, I hope so you guys would have seen. Okay. Okay. Water hose, you can see here. Okay. Water leaves the hose with a velocity of v. M is the mass per unit length of the water jet. Small m is the mass per unit length of the water jet. Yeah. Later on, I would be writing it as dm by dx also. Fine. What is the rate at which kinetic energy is imparted to water? Rate at which kinetic energy is imparted. Rate at which kinetic energy is imparted. Can I differentiate with respect to T? Yes. Kinetic energy is what? This is what they are asking. Kinetic energy is what? Half mv square. Half mv square. Half mv square. This half and v square I can take out because they had mentioned it is moving with speed v only. Dm by dt. Dm by dt. Dm by dt. Now, they had given you mass ejected, mass per unit length of the water wire. It is small m. And option has small m in it. So you have to write this in terms of, achha, you can write it as capital M also, so that you don't get confused. 1 minute. Okay. Capital M. Rate of change of mass. Okay, dm by dt, dm by dt, dm by dt. Now, can I convert this and get small m from here? The answer is yes. Dekhiye. Suppose dx is the length. Can I write this distance is equal to speed into time dt? Can I write like this? Yes. So dx by v is equal to dt. Half v square into dm. Dt is how much? Dx by v. And this dm by dx is equal to small m. V into v, v into v square is v cube. Half mv cube. Half mv cube. Clear? Any doubt, any query? You guys can unmute. You guys can type in the chat section. क्या लिख रहा है? Sir, one question. Y is equal to 10 sin x plus root 3 x. The minimum value of force is. हाँ ठीक है. Yes, we can do it. इसमें कुंदन, mass of the body is given to you. मुझे ये बताओ. अच्छा नहीं, मास, हाँ मास तो दे रखा होगा. हो जाएगा, आसान है, बता दूंगा. फाइन. देखिए सेशन अभी 1 घंटा और चलेगा. A bar magnet having magnetic moment 2 into 10 raised to the power 4 is free to rotate in a horizontal plane. A horizontal magnetic field is 6 into 10 raised to the power minus 4 Tesla. Everything is in joule per Tesla, SI unit. Exist in the space. The work done in taking the magnet slowly from slowly from direction parallel to the field to a direction 60 degree from this. So they are asking how much will be the work done. Suppose this was aligned like this, capital M was the direction of magnetic moment. Now you have to align it at an angle. This is the initial condition. This is the final condition. Fine. This is the initial condition and this is the final condition. Acha. Okay. At initial condition, U initial will be minus M dot B. Okay. Yeah, MB cos theta cos 0 degree आप लिख सकते. Final condition will be U final minus MB cos 60 degree. Okay. Cos 0 degree is how much? 1. Cos 60 degree is how much? Minus 1 by 2. So they are asking how much work would be done. Work done is equal to change in this potential energy. That is U final minus U initial. What is U final? Minus 1 by 2 MB. What is U initial? Minus MB. MB minus 1 by 2 MB. So that will give you 1 by 2 MB. M is how much? 2 into 10 raised to the power 4. B is how much? 6 into 10 raised to the power minus 4. Okay. 10 raised to the power minus 4, 10 raised to the power minus 4 gets cancelled out. 2 and 2 gets cancelled out, 6 joules. This much work would be done. Very good question. And 2 direct formula based. U final minus U initial. हाँ कोई दिक्कत नहीं. कुंदन ले लेंगे ये वाला सवाल भी, है ना. इसमें फोर्स इज इक्वल टू डीपी बाई डी टी लगाओगे आप, है ना, एंड एम बाहर लिखोगे तो एम डीवी बाई डी टी बन जाएगा ये. ठीक है. तो वेलोसिटी की इक्वेशन आपको लिखनी पड़ेगी, उसको डिफरेंशिएट करना पड़ेगा और मैक्सिमम वैल्यू निकालने के लिए उसको दोबारा डिफरेंशिएट करना. हाँ मैंने देख लिया कुंदन, हम उठा लेंगे लास्ट में सवाल. एकदम हलवा सवाल, easy question it is. What they are saying that in Rutherford scattering experiment, when a projectile of charge q1 and mass m1 approaches a target nucleus of charge z2 and mass m2, the distance of closest approach r0 is approaches r0, the energy of the projectile is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught z1 into z2 e square by r0. This is proportional to z1 into z2. This kinetic energy is proportional to z1 into z2. अच्छा सवाल है, आ सकता है. चलिए अच्छा, this series, those who had joined late, again I am telling you, we had started this free series for paper discussion from 2005 to 2026, NEET, AIPMT, pre-mains, whatever you want to say, you can say. Okay, so make sure you guys join this. Okay, every day it would be happening except for 2 days in a week. So make sure you guys join it on this TW Gulf YT channel. Every morning or every afternoon, just keep checking if there has been a session scheduled or not. So session would be happening according to that. Okay, ji. Monochromatic light of wavelength 667 nanometer. Okay. Means how much? 667 into 10 raised to the power minus 9 meter. Produced by a helium neon laser, the power emits 9 milliwatt. Yani 9 into 10 raised to the power minus 3 volt. Okay. The number of photons arriving per second on the average at a target radiated by. Okay. Energy is equal to hc by lambda. Okay. If there are n number of photons, so I will be multiplying by n number of photons per second, to dividing both sides by t. So this capital N by T is nothing but the number of photons arriving per second. This is nothing but the power. So power is equal to hc by lambda into small n. Small n from here will be p lambda by hc. Okay. P lambda by hc. P lambda by hc. So just substitute the values. 9 into 10 raised to the power minus 3. Lambda is how much? 667 into 10 raised to the power minus 9. H is how much? 6.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 34. T is how much? 3 into 10 raised to the power 8. Fine. Solve this, you will get the value of n. I'm not sure of the answer. I think it is first or third. Not sure, but you can just easily calculate from here. Fine, आसानी से हो जाएगा. ठीक है, पूरा सॉल्व करना है तो यू कैन लेट मी नो, है ना. ये अप्रोक्सीमेटली इससे कैंसिल हो रहा है ना, या तो ये होगा या यही होगा. देखो ये डेसिमल हटाओ, ये 10 यहाँ पे गया. ठीक है, दिस इज गोइंग रफली ऑन 10. ठीक है, ये तो पूरा पूरा 3 पे जा रहा है ना. तो 3 into 10 raised to the power minus 3 plus 2 minus 9, 10 raised to the power minus 34 plus 8. ये 10 into 10 10 स्क्वायर हो गया ना, और minus 9 मैंने इधर लिया. minus 3 minus 9 minus 12 plus 2 plus minus 10 minus 20. तो 3 into 10 raised to the power 16 आ रहा है. अभी इसके बाद मेंस के क्वेश्चन करेंगे. ठीक है, इमीडिएटली आफ्टर दिस वी विल बी प्रैक्टिसिंग मेंस क्वेश्चन. ओके, वन मोर आर. Wave is traveling in positive direction of x-axis. So if this is plus, here it should be minus, or if here is minus, here it should be plus. Okay. With a speed of this much, and it is noted 5 complete waves fit in 4 meter of length. The equation described is. ठीक है, try this out. ये तो हो ही नहीं सकता because both are plus. ये भी नहीं हो सकता because both are plus here. Either this is correct or that is correct. V is given to you as 128 meter per second. V is nothing but omega by k. What is lambda? They are saying that 5 complete waves fit in 4 meter of length. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So 5 waves are fitting in 4 meter of length. One wave will fit in how much? 4 by 5 meter. That is how much? 0 point, you can let it be, है ना? So that is the wavelength 4 by 5 meter. अभी करिए. ओमेगा इज डिफरेंट फॉर बोथ ऑफ देम, है ना? के भी अलग है तो आप के भी निकाल सकते हैं. के एक्स ना, के इज 2 पाई बाय लैम्डा. फोर बाय 5, 31.4 लगभग बाय 4. तो रफली दिस इज कमिंग हाउ मच? 7 पॉइंट समथिंग है. ऑप्शन नंबर 3 बन रहा है. अरे भाई यू कैन कंपेयर इट विद दिस ना. y इज इक्वल टू a साइन के एक्स प्लस ओमेगा टी, है ना, या माइनस ओमेगा टी. ठीक है, इससे कंपेयर करके k की वैल्यू बेसिकली निकालो. ओमेगा भी यू कैन ऑल्सो फाइंड, है ना, थोड़ा सा वेरीफाई अगर आपको करना है आंसर, है ना. ओमेगा भी आप लिख सकते हैं, है ना. वही आ रहा है 7 से गुणा करेंगे तो लगभग 1000. फाइन. चलिए नेक्स्ट वन. आसान है. ये देखते हैं. अच्छा, आई थिंक क्वेश्चंस में थोड़ा सा कुछ एरर आ गया है ना, वाइल प्रिंटिंग दिस ना. तो रिपीटेटिव क्वेश्चंस आर देयर स्लाइड में, मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है. ट्राई कीजिए ये वाला. Done. Yes guys, I hope you got the answer. Hello. Check 1 2 3. Yes guys, so this is a good one. I hope some audible. एक मिनट चेक कर लेता हूँ. ठीक है, ये अच्छा सवाल है. थोड़ा सा एरर है, शायद ये मेंस में पूछा गया, आई एम नॉट श्योर, है ना, क्योंकि कुछ प्रिंटिंग मिस्टेक्स भी हुई है यहाँ पे. ठीक है, ये 2-3 सवाल देखते हैं. अ बस इज मूविंग विद अ स्पीड ऑफ 10 मीटर पर सेकेंड. एक बस है जो कि 10 मीटर पर सेकेंड से मूव कर रही है. इसके पीछे एक स्कूटर है. ठीक है, अ बस इज मूविंग विद अ स्पीड ऑफ 10 मीटर पर सेकेंड. वीबी इज इक्वल टू 10 मीटर पर सेकेंड. बहुत ही बढ़िया, वेरी गुड. ऑन अ स्ट्रेट रोड अ स्कूटरिस्ट विशेस टू ओवरटेक द बस इन 100 सेकेंड. कितने सेकेंड में ही विशेस टू ओवर? 100 सेकेंड में. ठीक है, इफ द बस इज एट अ डिस्टेंस ऑफ 1 किलोमीटर, डिस्टेंस बिटवीन देम इज 1 किलोमीटर, दैट इज हाउ मच? 1000 मीटर. ठीक है, ये 1000 मीटर. ठीक है, scooter with what speed the scooterist should chase the bus? With what speed scooterist should chase the bus? Okay, so vs we have to find. Now my relative velocity, my relative speed should be such that it is able to cover this much distance in this much time. डिस्टेंस इज 1000 के, ओहो सॉरी 1000 आएगा, 1000. ठीक है, बाय टाइम 100 सेकेंड्स. 2 zeros gets cancelled out. 10 मीटर पर सेकेंड. 10 मीटर पर सेकेंड, है ना. नो, दिस वी आर must be equal to, both are moving in the same direction, vs minus vb, है ना. अगर opposite में they would have been moving, if they would have been moving in opposite direction, I would have added the speeds, है ना, I would have added the speeds, but right now they are moving in the same direction, so I will have to subtract, है ना. अरे भाई आप ट्रेन में बैठे होते हैं, you are moving, there is a train coming from the opposite side, doesn't it feel that the speed has increased? No. Yes, मतलब yes, है ना. if they are moving in the same direction, तो subtraction, है ना. vs will be equal to vr plus vb. vr is how much? 10. vb is how much? ये बस का कितना दे रखा है? 10. so the scooterist must drive at a 20 meter per second speed. option number 4. option number 4. और भी तरीके, there are a few other methods also. the bus is at a scooter will, ये यहां पे कहीं जाके both of them meet, let us suppose, है ना, इसने कुछ डिस्टेंस कवर कर, ये डिस्टेंस निकाल लीजिए. ठीक है, दिस डिस्टेंस विल बी स्पीड ऑफ बस इनटू टाइम, है ना. तो ये कितना आ जाएगा? 1000 मीटर. तो स्कूटरिस्ट ने भी 100 सेकेंड्स ट्रैवल करा है. कितना डिस्टेंस? 100 मीटर नहीं है, 1000 मीटर है. 1000 मीटर कवर करने के लिए, है ना. स्पीड इज इक्वल टू डिस्टेंस, 2000 कवर करा है, टाइम 100 सेकेंड्स में, है ना. 0 करके 20 मीटर पर सेकेंड, ऐसे भी आ रहा है. ठीक है, अब नॉर्मल इसमें जो है टाइम स्पीड एंड डिस्टेंस का कॉन्सेप्ट भी लगा सकते हैं कि ये एक्स डिस्टेंस पे जाके इसको पकड़ा, है ना. एक्स डिस्टेंस कितना होगा? ये भी तो 100, ये 100 सेकेंड में कैच कर रहा है तो ये भी तो 100 सेकेंड चला होगा ना, है ना. तो आप बेसिक टाइम स्पीड डिस्टेंस भी लगा सकते हैं, 20 मीटर पर सेकेंड ही आएगा, बट वो लगाने की जरूरत है नहीं. Which of the following represents SHM? SHM की बेसिक कंडीशन क्या होती है? हाँ जी, SHM की बेसिक कंडीशन क्या होती है? That acceleration is directly proportional to minus kx. ये नेगेटिव साइन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. Which shows acceleration is acting opposite to the direction of displacement. तो जहां ये नहीं है, and this power 1 is also very important. This can't be the answer. यहाँ नेगेटिव नहीं है, यहां भी नेगेटिव नहीं है, तो ऑप्शन नंबर 1. अच्छा, दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट. अच्छा सवाल है, इंपॉर्टेंट. कुंदन क्या कह रहा है? Sir, your teaching energy is like a photon in a vacuum, completely independent of the observer. Uh, because you give 100%. Okay. Wow. What a physics you had applied, Kundan. बहुत ही बढ़िया. Okay. Fine. क्या क्या एनालॉजी बना देते हैं बच्चे आजकल. बहुत ही बढ़िया. बहुत ही बढ़िया. ठीक है. Now, Kundan, what it is saying? A student measured the terminal potential difference V of the cell of EMF this much and resistance smaller as a function of current I flowing. Again, I am saying next week we are becoming very regular in this. Sorry, I got very sick this week. That's why I could not have the session. And most probably Tuesday to Saturday we would be having the session. And Tuesday se pura Saturday we would be having the session. EMF is equal to V plus IR. Now, they are saying that the slope and intercept of the graph between V and I. तो अभी आपको ग्राफ बनाना है बिटवीन V एंड I, है ना? पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस एंड करंट. इसी क्यों नहीं चल रहा? फैन पे करके कोई चलेगा. ठीक है. हाँ जी, क्या कह रहा है? V इज इक्वल टू E माइनस आया. E माइनस आया. अच्छा एक मिनट. V एंड I, हाँ ठीक है. तो यू कैन राइट इट एज V इज इक्वल टू माइनस R इंटू I प्लस E. ठीक है. Why I'm saying this? Because you can now compare it with y is equal to mx plus c, where c is the intercept, m is the slope. So when you compare, you get slope is equal to minus r. Minus r. Sorry, slope is equal to minus r, and c intercept as e. Is this in the option? Slope minus r, slope and the intercept. Fine. Clear? Any doubt, any query? So this is how you form. Fine. ये देखते हैं. द इंटरनल एनर्जी चेंज, डायरेक्ट फॉर्मूला बेस्ड है ना. थर्मोडाइनमिकल और लगा दो. इट हैज अब्सॉर्ब्ड 2000 कैलोरीज. ठीक है. 2000 कैलोरीज मीन 2000 इंटू 4.2 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दिए. 42 8,400 जूल. फाइन. एंड डन 500 जूल ऑफ वर्क. हाउ मच जूल ऑफ वर्क इज डन? 500 जूल. ठीक है. The internal energy change in the system is delta U is what they are asking. Q is equal to W plus delta U. Delta U is equal to Q minus W. 8400 minus 500. 7900 joule. Option number 3. Fine. Clear? Any doubt, any query? You guys can unmute. Oh, you guys can let me know in the chat section. Okay. Achha, by the way, in India, the mahal is very garam, right? People are on the street and demanding about the resignation of Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan ji. Okay, one very sad incident has happened. Like I was reading an article in Indian Express, है ना. So there was a kid, है ना, in Madhya Pradesh. She committed suicide just because of the cancellation of this exam, and she had written a very heartbreaking note to her parents, right, है ना, that she could not make it further, है ना, because she was very happy when she had given the exam on 3rd of May, right? Very happy returning home, and she was pretty much sure that this time she will make it. But when this exam got cancelled, she was like, now I can't take more pressure of my parents, है ना. So that was very sad, है ना, for the like, I was like, what is happening in our country, right? There was a time when politicians were answerable to the people. They used to take themselves as accountable, and they used to resign. Railway minister used to resign. Affairs minister, he used to resign. And there was a time in India, that time has gone. मतलब किसी की क्रेडिबिलिटी अकाउंटेबिलिटी ही नहीं है भाई. क्या एक जान की कीमत नहीं है हमारे देश में? ठीक है, एग्जाम हो गया, आपने फीस रिफंड कर दी, बट विल दैट फी ब्रिंग बैक दैट किड? सवाल ये है. आपकी 1500 1700 रुपए की फीस. तो and you know how many people have been convicted? I think 2 people in the last 20 years में जितने भी लीक्स हुए में, तो सो लोग खुले छूट जाते, कोई फर्क ही नहीं है ना. जुडिशरी इतना हमारा अच्छा है, क्रेडिबल है, कि अनएम्प्लॉयड यूथ को कॉकरोच बोल देता है. अरे भाई, अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट नहीं होगी तो कहाँ से? एग्जाम आप ढंग से करा नहीं पाते हो, जो कराते हो वो लीक हो जाता है, जो ढंग से हो जाता है तो उसमें सिफारिशबाजी आप लगा देते हो, है ना. तो देयर आर स्टिल सो मेनी एग्जाम्स जहाँ पे आज भी आप, इवन इफ यू आर द बेस्ट पर्सन, स्टिल यू वोंट बी गेट थ्रू दिस. आई नो दोज एग्जाम्स, बोल नहीं सकता, बस दैट इज द प्रॉब्लम. वहाँ आज भी पैसे चलते हैं, अप्रोच चलती है. ठीक है, प्लीज ट्राई दिस आउट. अच्छा सवाल है. एंड आई थिंक अभी कितने सवाल बचे हैं? ठीक है, पहले एक जल्दी से मैकेनिक्स के कुछ सवाल निपटा देते हैं, देन वी विल कम टू क्लास 12. एन एक्सप्लोजन ब्लोज अ रॉक इनटू 3 पार्ट्स. ठीक है, एक रॉक है, इसको 3 पार्ट्स में उड़ा दिया है. ठीक है, 2 parts goes off at right angle to each other. These 2 parts are 1 kg part, first part moving with the velocity this much, and 2 kg second part. So one is 1 kg, another is 2 kg. ठीक है, ठीक है. These two are 1 kg moving with the velocity of 12 meter per second, and 2 kg moving with the velocity of 8 meter per second. If the third part flies off with a velocity of 4 meter per second, its mass would be. ठीक है, थर्ड पार्ट का आपको मास नहीं दे रखा, है ना. थर्ड पार्ट का आपको मास नहीं दे रखा, बट दे हैड टोल्ड दैट mass is missing. But they had told that this has moved with a speed of 4 meter per second. ये कितने स्पीड से गया था? 12 मीटर पर सेकेंड. ये कितनी स्पीड से गया था? 8 मीटर पर सेकेंड. 8 मीटर पर सेकेंड. These two are, ये दोनों राइट एंगल्स पे, तो हैड ड्रॉन इट एट राइट एंगल. सवाल सॉल्व कीजिए. उसका मास इज मिसिंग. फाइन, द मास ऑफ दैट इज मिसिंग. ठीक है, लेट मी जस्ट क्विकली गिव यू अ हिंट. इनिशियल मोमेंटम इज इक्वल टू द फाइनल मोमेंटम, है ना. इनिशियल तो 0 है, फाइनल विल बी m1v1 प्लस m2v2 प्लस m3v3. ठीक है, v3 इज मिसिंग. ठीक है, तो मैं इसको इधर लिख लेता हूँ, माइनस M3V3 इज इक्वल टू M1V1। अच्छा, M1V1 भी लिख लेता हूँ, चलो लिख ली लेता हूँ, M1V1 प्लस M2V2। V3 की जगह आई वुड बी राइटिंग इट एज 4 मीटर पर सेकेंड, है ना, बट डायरेक्शन नहीं पता, है ना। वैसे तो आई नो द डायरेक्शन, वो किस डायरेक्शन में जाएगा, बट ठीक है, कुछ भी ऐसा एन कैप ले लेते हैं या एन कैप ले लेते हैं। M1 इज हाउ मच, 1 kg, कितनी स्पीड से जा रहा है, 12, इसको मैं जे कैप दे देता हूँ, इसको मैं आई कैप दे देता हूँ, 12 जे कैप। ये कितना 2 kg का है, कितनी स्पीड से जा रहा है, 8 मीटर पर सेकेंड, आई कैप। क्या मैं इनके मैग्नीट्यूड, चलो पहले कर देता हूँ, 12 जे कैप प्लस 8 टू 16, 16 आई कैप, है ना, -4 M3 एन कैप। तो क्या मैं इसके मैग्नीट्यूड को इसके मैग्नीट्यूड से कंपेयर कर सकता हूं, अंडर रूट 12 स्क्वायर प्लस 16 स्क्वायर, को सॉल्व कर लीजिए, आंसर आ जाएगा। फाइन। अरे भाई, इनके मैग्नीट्यूड्स को आई एम जस्ट कंपेयरिंग, है ना, इफ दे आर इक्वल तो देयर मैग्नीट्यूड्स मस्ट आल्सो बी इक्वल ना। 4 का स्क्वायर इज 16, हाँ 16 M3, 256, कितना आ रहा है, 44, 300, 400 आ रहे हैं ना, सॉल्व करिए कितना आ रहा है। हाँ जी, M3 निकाल लीजिए इसमें से, अगला सवाल। ठीक है, इसमें 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 आई थिंक एक जगह थोड़ी सी गड़बड़ हुई है शायद। तो एक बार अंडर रूट ही रहने देते हैं इधर, है ना, 4M3, हाँ आ तो रहा है, अंडर रूट 400 इज 20 डिवाइडेड बाय 4, आ गया 5 kg, ऑप्शन नंबर डी सही है। सही है, हाँ वैसे भी हो जाता है 400/16। अच्छा, फिर वो M3 का भी स्क्वायर होता, उधर जाके रूट लेना पड़ता, ये थी बात। ये देखिए, चलिए देखते हैं। हेलो हेलो, कैन यू हियर मी? The AC of this room is not working at all. Fine. Okay. A particle starts its motion from rest under the action of a constant force. So there is a particle which is starting from rest. Fine. Under the action of constant force. So some force is acting on it. Okay. If the distance covered in first 10 seconds is S1. So in the first 10 seconds, it is covering some distance. So S1 is equal to U1. I would be using this same simple equation. S is equal to UT plus half AT square. ठीक है, तो S1 is equal to U तो is 0 because initial speed is 0, half A 10 का square, 10 square is 100, 50. And that covered in the first 20 seconds is S2. That covered in first 20 seconds is S2. First 20 seconds. First 20 seconds. S2 is equal to half A 20 का स्क्वायर हो जाए 2 to 4. S2 is 200 times A. Fine. Then which of the following relations is correct? है ना? You can take the ratio of them. S2 by S1 200 by A divided by 50A. ठीक है. S2 is equal to 4 times S1. S2 is equal to 4 times S1. Clear guys? Clear? Hanji? Sir, being in 11th, how many hours should a student be studying? It is not about how many hours, Kundan. Okay? I know students who are studying for 12 hours, but if I ask them at the end of 12 hours, how much or what you had studied, they have no answer at all. They have no clue. ठीक है, तो अगर आप टाइम वेस्ट कर रहे हो 12 घंटे, तो आप 12 घंटे बैठिए, 20 घंटे बैठिए, डजंट मैटर. It should be कि okay, today I have to practice 50 questions of physics. Am I able to do 50 questions of physics or not? That's it. But this should be the correct. Now to those 50 questions, if it is taking 5 hours, 6 hours, 4 hours, है ना, तो उतने टाइम में हो रहा है या नहीं? 50 questions should not take 12 hours. Okay, 50 ही तो क्वेश्चन हमने लगाया अभी. So it should be the quantity, quality, both things. ठीक है, पहले ये 11th वाला कर लेते हैं, फिर उसके बाद आ जाएगी. ठीक है, अगेन अ गुड वन, दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर नीट. अब फ्रिक्शन हैज ऑल्सो कम इनटू पिक्चर, है ना? फ्रिक्शन हैज ऑल्सो कम इनटू पिक्चर. फ्रिक्शन हैज ऑल्सो कम इनटू पिक्चर. बढ़िया सवाल है. हाँ, ट्राई दिस आउट. लास्ट 30 सेकेंड्स. लास्ट 30 सेकेंड्स. बड़ा ही आसान है. देखिए, a body of mass 1 kg is thrown upward with a velocity of 20 meter per second, है ना? There is a body which is thrown with some initial speed of how much? 20 meter per second. ठीक है. अच्छा, okay. If it is thrown with a speed of 20 meter per second, as per the equation, v is how much? 0. At the topmost point it will become 0. 420 s, है ना? 20, है ना? It should have gone to a height of 20 meters ideally, but it is saying momentarily it comes to rest after attaining a height of 18 meter. So this has gone to a height of 18 meter only, but if you apply the equation, you will find that okay sir, it is to coming 20 meter. Now what has happened? All the questions of this motion under gravity, motion in a straight line, you have done, you had neglected air friction there. You had neglected air friction. If you apply the equation, you will get 20 meters, sir. It should have gone 20 meter. But it is saying कि sir 18 meter ही गया, बाकी 2 meter क्यों नहीं गया? Because they are saying friction was there and there is some loss of energy because of friction. फ्रिक्शन है, इसकी वजह से कुछ एनर्जी लॉस्ट हुई है. कितनी हुई है? Whatever is the initial energy here minus the final energy. Energy lost. E initial minus E final. E initial is how much? Half mv square. Final is how much? mgh. m you can take common, तो m कॉमन लेके कितना 1 kg का है, हाफ इंटू वी स्क्वायर, 20 का स्क्वायर इज 224, g is how much, 10, 18, 200 माइनस 180, 20 जूल हुआ है भाई। फाइन, बस 5-6 क्वेश्चन और आ जाते हैं। ट्राई दिस आउट, ठीक है, ट्राई दिस आउट, यू हैव 2 minutes, आई एम जस्ट टेकिंग अ स्मॉल वॉशरूम। Okay, fine. Yes, can you hear me? Hello. Yes, Kundan Numan, please come back. अच्छा, क्या कह रहा है सवाल में? What it is saying? This is again important one. A conducting circular loop is placed in a uniform magnetic field. How much? 0.04 Tesla. ठीक है. With its plane perpendicular to the magnetic field. With its plane perpendicular to the magnetic field. The radius of the loop starts shrinking at a rate of this much. है ना? So dr by dt is how much? 2 mm per second. 2 into 10 raised to the power 3 meter per second. Okay. The induced EMF in the loop when the radius is 2 centimeter. 0.2 meter. 0.02 meter. Okay. The radius of the loop starts shrinking at 2 mm per second. The induced EMF in the loop when the radius is 2 centimeter. ठीक है, तो EMF पूछ रहा है, EMF is d phi by dt. Instead of phi, you can write B into A, but magnetic field is constant, so I'm writing it outside. Area is nothing but pi r square. Pi r square. Minus B, pi goes outside, है ना? dr square by dt. Minus B into pi 2r into dr by dt. Now substitute the values here. So this was a good one where you had to differentiate the radius, है ना? Area was written in terms of radius, ठीक है? So you have to differentiate that. Negative sign you can ignore because magnitude ही पूछा. B is how much? 0.04. Pi is how much? Pi तो pi की terms में options are in pi. ठीक है. Twice of radius at radius of 0.02. ठीक है. Into dr by dt. Dr by dt is how much? 2 into 10 raised to the power minus 3. Okay. Fine. Now solve this. You will get the answer. Remove this decimal. 100 comes up here. Remove this decimal. Another 100 comes up there. Okay. And this 10 raised to the power minus 3 to hai 4 2 to 4 4 to 8 8 4 32. 32 pi into 10 raised to the power minus 7. So you can write it as 3.2 pi into 10 raised to the power minus 6 volt. In microvolt it will be 3.2 pi microvolt. Fine. Option number 4. Fine. Clear? Any doubt, any query, you guys can let me know in the chat section. नहीं नुमान क्वालिटी ओवर क्वांटिटी नहीं, दोनों का बैलेंस बना के चलना पड़ता है. अब ऐसा नहीं है कि इट इज नॉट लाइक दैट यू विल प्रैक्टिस वन क्वेश्चन, है ना? इफ व्हाट इफ इन दिस 2 hour I make you practice only 5 questions, है ना? And I will say okay 5 questions तो I had explained in depth अच्छे से, है ना? Will that be of use? No. Both needs a balance. A magnetic force acting on a charged particle of charge Q is equal to minus 2 microcoulomb. Minus 2 into 10 raised to the power minus 6 coulomb. Okay. In a magnetic field of 2 Tesla. Acting in y direction. अच्छा, acting in y direction, so J cap you can write. Okay, ji. When the particle velocity is this much, velocity of the particle they had given 2I cap plus 3J cap into 10 raised to the power 6 meter per second. J cap Tesla. When the velocity of the particle is, है ना? So they are asking what is the magnetic force, है ना? Direct formula, force is equal to Q V cross B. Force is equal to Q V cross B. Force is equal to Q V cross B. Force is equal to V Q V cross B. है ना? I hope you know how to write the cross product V cross B, है ना? I cap, J cap, K cap you would be writing, है ना? And ये कैप तो है ही नहीं पिक्चर में, तो जीरो हो जाएगा वो तो, है ना? एंड सॉल्व इट. ठीक है. अच्छा, डायरेक्शन तो आई कैन जस्ट टेल यू डायरेक्टली ओनली, है ना? देखिए ना, supposedly this is the y axis, this is the x axis, y axis. तो दिस इज द वेलोसिटी ऑफ द पार्टिकल, ठीक है। मैग्नेटिक फील्ड इज अलोंग दिस डायरेक्शन, जे कैप था ना, हाँ। नाउ वी क्रॉस बी है ना, वी क्रॉस बी इज दिस पॉजिटिव जेड एक्सिस, बट इट इज अ नेगेटिव चार्ज, तो आप डायरेक्शन अपोजिट कर देना, है ना। नेगेटिव जेड एक्सिस का आई थिंक एक ही करेक्ट आंसर है, ऑप्शन है। चलिए नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, ठीक है। तो इसमें बेसिकली यू डिडंट रिक्वायर टू इवन सॉल्व ऑल्सो, है ना, क्योंकि नेगेटिव जेड एक्सिस एक ही ऑप्शन में बोल रहा है। अरे वी क्रॉस बी जेड एक्सिस के अलॉन्ग आ रहा है ना, जेड एक्सिस, पॉजिटिव जेड एक्सिस, वी क्रॉस बी, बट नेगेटिव चार्ज है तो यू अपोज द डायरेक्शन, तो ये कुछ करने की इनफैक्ट जरूरत भी नहीं थी, ठीक है, ट्रिक लग गई डायरेक्ट। R1 है, R1 है, R1 है, R2 है, R2 है, R2 है। What is the position of center of mass? RCUM, M1 R1 plus M2 R2 divided by M1 plus M2, सॉल्व कर लीजिए। 1 kg and 3 kg, multiply 1 I cap plus 2 J cap, K cap, multiply this 3 से मल्टीप्लाई कीजिए, -9 I cap -6 J cap प्लस 3 K cap, 1 plus 3 4, 1 minus 9 minus 8, प्लस माइनस 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 4 J cap प्लस 4 K cap, -2 I cap -1 J cap प्लस 1 K cap, -2 प्लस 1 -2 सॉरी -2 -1 प्लस 1, क्लियर? एनी डाउट, एनी क्वेरी? डायरेक्ट फॉर्मूला बेस्ड है ना, पोजीशन वेक्टर ऑफ सेंटर ऑफ मास। अच्छा ये अच्छे से वाला है, फाइन, सॉल्व दिस, सॉल्व दिस। इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इज इक्वल टू माइनस डीवी बाय डी आर, है ना, माइनस डीवी बाय डी आर, है ना, एंड इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इज इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ डिक्रीजिंग पोटेंशियल, डू रिमेंबर दिस ऑल्सो, ये भी पूछ सकता है कभी कभी, है ना। तो डू पार्शियल डिफरेंशिएशन ऑफ दिस विद रिस्पेक्ट टू एक्स फर्स्ट, टेक एक्स एंड रेस्ट एज कांस्टेंट, है ना, ये कितना हो जाएगा, माइनस एक्स स्क्वायर अपॉन, हाँ जी ठीक है, तो माइनस डेल वी बाय डेल एक्स, डिफरेंशिएट विद रिस्पेक्ट टू एक्स, है ना, -2x, बाकी सारी चीजें कांस्टेंट, -x का 1 हो जाएगा, x का 1 हो जाएगा, z क्यूब एज इट इज, ये कांस्टेंट है तो 0, ठीक है। तो डेल वी बाय डेल एक्स कितना आ गया, -2xy माइनस जेड क्यूब, ठीक है। कोई है ऐसा जो ये मैच कर रहा है? अच्छा आगे का सॉल्व करने की जरूरत नहीं है, माइनस का साइन अंदर चले जाएगा, तो ये माइनस डेल वी बाय डेल एक्स आपके पास क्या आ जाएगा, प्लस 2xy प्लस जेड क्यूब, ठीक है। जस्ट चेक द ऑप्शन जिसमें डेल वी बाय डी डेल एक्स यानी कोफिशिएंट ऑफ आई कैप यू कैन से
जहां पॉजिटिव है दोनों, एक ही ऑप्शन है जिसमें बोथ आर पॉजिटिव एक्स वाई, ठीक है, तो ऑप्शन नंबर 4 हो गया, आगे का सॉल्व करने की जरूरत ही नहीं, ठीक है। तो यहां पे यू डोंट हैव टू शो योर स्किल्स, है ना, कि अच्छा आई नो ऑल द ऑप्शन है ना, आई कैन सॉल्व इट टिल डेल ई बाय डेल जेड, नहीं, अपने स्किल्स नहीं दिखाने, आप अपने घर पे दिखाइएगा, शो योर स्किल्स एट योर होम, यहां पे यू जस्ट नीड टू गेट द आंसर, सॉल्व दिस। लास्ट अभी कितने सवाल है, 3 4 5 क्वेश्चन हो गए ज्यादा से ज्यादा, हाँ हाँ 3 4 ही है सवाल। सर आया क्या, हेलो 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 हेलो, जी आंसर आया क्या, हेलो 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 हेलो, चेक 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 1 2 3, हाँ जी यस, हेलो 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 हेलो, दिस इज अ गुड वन, एक सेकेंड, आवाज आ रही है क्या मेरी, सर आया क्या, ठीक है आ रहा है, आंसर आया क्या है, ओके, ठीक है, everywhere all out the social media it's about the cockroaches, the ionization of energy of the electron in the hydrogen atom in its ground state is 13.6 electron volt, the atoms are excited to a higher energy level to emit radiations of 6 wavelengths, number of lines are how much, 6, okay, and this is equal to n into n minus 1 upon 2 into 6, ठीक है ना, now maximum wavelength of the emitted radiation corresponds to the transition between which, ठीक है, the ionization of the atoms are excited to higher energy levels to emit radiation of 6 wavelengths, first you need to decide, that at which level, at which level at which level at which level is the electron, है ना, this is n is equal to 1, this is n is equal to 2, this is n is equal to 3, this is n is equal to 4, this is n is equal to 5, right? So first you need to decide कि at which level actually the electron is there to emit 6 spectral lines, है ना, तो solve this, n square minus n is equal to 6 into 2 12, by hit and trial you can get the value of n, n can be 1, no, 1 square minus 1 is 0, n can be 2, 2 square minus 2, 4 minus 2, it's 2. Can it be 3? 3 square 9, 9 minus 3, 6, 9. Can it be 4? 4 square 16 minus 4, 12, yes. So n will be 4. So that electron basically was present here at n is equal to 4. Okay. Now maximum wavelength energy is equal to hc by lambda, है ना? Lambda is equal to hc by lambda e. So this lambda is max. For this energy transition should be minimum. It is possible when the transition is minimum, है ना? Transition length is minimum. Option number 3. From n is equal to 3 to n is equal to 4 to n is equal to 3. Now, so this will emit a photon of least energy and maximum wavelength. ये देख लीजिए. लास्ट क्वेश्चन है एकदम, ठीक है, लास्ट सवाल है. तो क्या कह रहा है? द इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड पार्ट ऑफ अ इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक वेव इन अ मीडियम इज रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय दिस, है ना? ठीक है. तो ये इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड की इक्वेशन है. And electric field is along y-axis. Electric field is along y-axis. This is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, and this is the z-axis. Definitely, the wave is moving along x-axis, so that's why this is written x. अच्छा, positive x या negative? Sign देख लीजिए. If the signs are opposite here, plus minus या minus plus, so it is moving along positive x-axis, positive x direction. So this can't be the answer, this can't be the answer. Okay. Wavelength निकालनी पड़ेगी. Wavelength it is required. You can compare it with omega t minus kx. So compare it with k. K is equal to pi into 10 raised to the power minus 2. Pi and pi gets cancelled out. 2 upon 10 raised to the power minus 2 is equal to lambda, है ना? So lambda is 2 into 10 raised to the power 2. (200 meters). Fine. Done. ठीक है, डन. बाकी सारे आई थिंक यू कैन डू. एक दो सवाल और बचे, ये सारे हो जाएंगे. ठीक है. All right, guys. Today's session, let us end here. Any feedback, suggestion you have, you guys can let me know, है ना? And we will just work upon that. Thank you very much for choosing Physics Wala Girl. Make sure you follow this channel, subscribe this, share the link with your friends, है ना? Those who want to join this series. This series is gonna, it's very running very fine on YouTube, by the way, है ना? And from next week onwards, it would be continued as it is going on right now.